Welcome to Bottoms Down Chair Yoga for Everyone. I'm Carol, and I'm so glad you've joined us today. We're coming to you from our YouTube channel, Bottoms Down Chair Yoga. And if you haven't already, if you would subscribe, we'd really appreciate it. It's free, and it'll let you know when new videos are uploaded to our channel, and it also helps us out. All right, we are going to be working into our back. We will start seated, and then we're going to do several things from standing. Just remember, you can always have a seat. If you don't want to do it standing, it's fine. We will be using our yoga block a little bit, so if you don't have a yoga block, you can substitute a big book for that. And if you don't have either of those, it's fine. I'll show you how you can use your own body to support you as we move into those forward folds. All right, let's get started. So we're going to come up in our chair. We're not leaning back, so I want you to really be up forward in your chair. And let's go ahead and take a moment to ground those feet into the mat, into the earth, basically, is what we want to think about. And so we've got those 4 pressure points behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and the 2 points of the heel. And just think about having all 4 of those pressure points of both feet equally weighted on the floor. And then we're going to think about our sits bones. So we sit on these pointy bones. They hold our weight. So think about having both of those sits bones equally weighted on the chair. So you want to make sure that you have that weight equally dispersed. Next, we're going to think about pulling our belly button in towards our spine, lifting our heart up, crown of the head to the ceiling, shoulders down. Place your hands lightly on your thighs. Palms facing up. Close your eyes. Focusing your attention on your heart center. Letting go of everything outside of the room. Begin to elongate that breath, inhaling a little more deeply and exhaling a little more completely. And breathe normally. Continuing with our diaphragmatic breath, we're going to inhale, extending the belly as we fill the lungs from the bottom up. Exhale, you're going to pull that belly button to the spine as you push the air up and out of the lungs. Go ahead and do that. And breathe normally. Bring your hands to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs. Open your eyes. Let your right ear fall towards your right shoulder. And drop your chin towards the chest. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And chin to chest. Go ahead and look towards the front of the room. We're going to look over that right shoulder. Look center. Look over your left shoulder. Look center and roll your shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And reverse it. Beautiful. All right. Consciously think about pulling your shoulder blades down, or not shoulder blades, shoulders down. Bring your hands to your heart. Press those palms up to the ceiling. Interlace fingers, pointer finger up. Let's lean our mountain. And we're going to come up and we're going to lean our mountain the other way, really breathing into it. We're going to come up and we're going to make that big circle around and bring your hands to your heart. All right, let's do that again. Up we go to mountain pose. Interlace fingers, pointer finger to the ceiling, shoulders are down. We're going to lean. We're going to come up and we're going to lean the other way. And we're going to come up and we're going to make that big circle around, and we're going to go all the way back up. Now this time I want you to lengthen up. Take your left hand to the chair, extend one more time, and lean your mountain supporting on the chair to give yourself a little extra support so you can deepen that stretch. Let's come up and we're going to just go to the other side. Up we go. Hand is on the chair and we're leaning. We're going to come up and we're going to bring those hands around to heart. Up to mountain pose, interlace fingers. Up we go, lean. Let's come up and lean again. Let's come up and take that left hand to the chair. Up we go and lean. Come up and switch sides. Up we go. Lengthen, 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 and lean. And come up and roll those shoulders. How's that feel? Let's do a little cat and cow. Warming that spine up, aren't we? You feel it? Okay. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, palms facing down, belly button to spine. We're going to round into our cat pose. And we're going to lift up into cow, thumbs facing towards the back wall. Just think about lifting that heart up. Let's do that again. Round it down. And lift it up. Lifting that heart up. Feeling that opening. One more breath. Release. Roll one shoulder at a time. And reverse it. All right, we're going to do our body rolls now. So we've got our hands on our thighs. We're going to start to the left, and we're going to bring our heart forward, to the right, and back. And do that again. So as we are moving through this full circle, belly is tight the whole time, and let's reverse it. So we're thinking about keeping that belly button to spine and really feeling the stretch in the back. But here we want to make sure we've got a lot of good support, right? And keep that support for that spine. All right, and come back up. So we're going to move into our pelvic tilt. So if you were with us in the previous classes, I turned my chair to the side so you can see me a little bit better. I want you to stay facing me so you don't turn to the side. I just think it's a little easier for you to see what I'm doing. So pelvic tilts are similar to cat and cow, but a little bit different. We're more focused on what's happening in the hips and in the back than rounding the shoulders, okay? So I'm going to place my hands on the seat here by where the back of the chair is. You see that? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of rotate my hips forward. And now I'm going to rotate my hips back. So I've kind of got this motion happening, okay? And let's do that again. Rotate it up. And rotate it back. Do that one more time. Rotate it up. So it's just a pelvic tilt. I guess I should be saying tilting, shouldn't I? And tilt it back and release. Give me a cat and a cow. See the difference now? The cat, where you're rounding your shoulders and everything, and then your cow is you're lifting up. Let's do that one more time. Cat and cow. All right, we're going to add a different cow this time, okay? So go ahead and grab the back of your chair, kind of like that halfway down, and lift up into your cow. Something very familiar. We've done this a lot, so you know that cow pose. So the difference now, what we're going to do is we're going to let our hands begin to slide down the chair, and we're adding to our back bend, okay? So I'm going to let that hand slide down, and then I'm lifting. You feel that? Slide down, and lift. Ooh, yeah. Slide down, and lift. You feel that? One more breath, and release it. Oh, gently, and come into your cat pose. Oh, yeah. So we're just doing a little counter stretch, right? So we did that back bend. We were really stretching those back muscles, and then we want to give it a little counter stretch. All right, I'm going to turn and face you again. Grab your block. Again, if you don't have a block, don't worry about it. I'll show you how to use your body instead. So we're going to place our feet on the floor, and we want that block to be right in the middle. Okay, so just right in the middle between the feet. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come into it's a seated forward fold, but we've got our hands, our arms are on the thighs for support. Our back is long, right? So think about shooting your head forward and your seat back, and let your heart fall forward and just breathe. All right, go ahead and roll up to a seated position. And we're going to do that again. This time we're going to place our hands on our block. And if you don't have a block, you're just going to place your hands on your kind of below the knee, okay? So everybody, let's come into this version first. And remember, you can stay right here. This is a great version. We're going to extend our spine long. Now I'm going to put my hand on the block and I'm going to let my heart fall forward. You see that? I'm still extending my spine long. I'm really stretching into that low back very safely. If you don't have a block, your hands are here on your thighs and you're holding for support. All right, are we ready? Roll up slowly. Tuck your chin and roll it up. Okay. Checking in. How's everybody feeling? Moving on. Here we go. So now I'm turning my block on its end. Or edge, I guess I should say. Whatever. All right, are we ready? Here we are. Let that heart fall forward. Shoot your head forward and your seat back. Feel the stretch. Are we ready? Put one hand on the block, the other hand on the block, or maybe your hands are on your shins. Let that heart fall. Oh, yeah. Feel that back stretching even more. Don't forget to elongate the spine. You're shooting your head forward. One more breath. Tuck the chin and roll up. All right, we're going to do that one more time. This time, or two more times, the block is going to be flat. Are we ready? Let that heart fall forward. Shoot your head forward. Let that heart fall. Here we go. One hand on the block, other hand on the block. Let that heart fall forward. Feel the stretch. One more breath. Tuck the chin and roll it up. And last version, we're going to move the block out. Totally. And we're going to start here. Let that heart fall forward. Are we ready? Place one hand on the floor. Place the other hand on the floor. First of all, I want you to extend your spine long, letting your heart fall. That's first. Now, if you wish, let your head fall, tuck your chin, and just hang out in your forward fold. Pull your belly button to your spine and roll up nice and slow. Okay, so there is the first part of this. And if you were with us previously, we've been doing the same thing. I'm just doing a little bit faster this time. Now what we're going to do is instead of rolling up, we're going to reverse swan dive up. And so when you do that reverse swan dive, here we go. I'm not supporting myself, number one, and I'm giving that back more stress, okay? So if you don't want to give that back any stress, if you don't want to work those muscles and try to strengthen those muscles, which is fine, stay right here and you're going to continue to roll up, okay? So instead of doing the reverse swan dive, you'll continue with the roll up. All right, let's grab the block, place it down. Here we go. Let that heart fall forward. Reverse swan dive up. I'm going to add the breath. Bring your hands to your heart. All right, let's come back into version one. Move your block. No, excuse me. We haven't done this one yet. Leave that block on the end. All right, let the heart fall forward. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, let one hand fall, the other hand fall, and let your heart fall forward. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, reverse swan dive up. Bring your hands to your heart and hang it out. All right, are we ready? Move that block. Bring your hands to your thighs. Inhale here. Exhale, let that heart fall forward. Inhale here. Exhale, one hand down, the other hand down. Let that heart fall forward. Inhale here. Exhale, reverse swan dive up. Bring your hands to your heart. And move your block. Here we go. Ready? Inhale. Exhale, letting that heart fall forward. Inhale here. Exhale. Hands to the block. Inhale here. Exhale. Fold it down. Inhale here. Exhale. Reverse swan dive up. And bring your hands to your heart. I added something there, didn't I? Throwing you off. All right. Let's move the block. We're going to do it that way again. So we're going to get that extra stretch in there. All right. Are we ready? Inhale here. Exhale. Let that heart fall. Inhale here. Exhale. One hand to the floor. The other hand to the floor. Inhale here. Exhale. Let that heart fall. Deepen that stretch. Let your head fall. Inhale here. Exhale. Reverse one. Dive up. And bring your hands to your heart. Okay, how are you feeling? Checking in. If you're feeling dizzy, you're not going to put the head down so far, right? If your low back is bugging you, you may stay seated. Your choice. All right, we're going to come to standing. I'm actually going to get a sip of water. I don't know if you want one, but go for it if you do. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be on the right side of our chair and we're going to move into that standing camel pose. You're going to stay facing me. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see me a little bit better. My feet are right at that hip distance apart, so I've got a good solid foundation. I'm going to take one hand, I'm going to place it back and my back, and the other hand on the other side of my spine. So you see here, my spine's in the middle. I've got one hand on each side. My palms are open, and I'm pressing in for support. You kind of got that? You feel it? Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, all I'm doing is I'm pushing my hands forward. My hips are coming forward. And I'm moving into just a baby back bend. Just right here. See how that feels. All right. If it feels okay, you're going to take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, you're going to go a little bit deeper. And you're going to check in. All right. Inhale here. Exhale. We're going to go just a little bit deeper. See how it feels. One more breath. Now listen, come up belly button to spine. You're going to come up slowly. Keep your hands here for support. And now what I want you to do is turn and face your chair just like me. Put one hand into the seat of the chair, the other hand into the seat of the chair, and we're going to do a cat and a cow. So you're going to drop your belly and lift your heart. Kind of lift those hips up into your cow pose. Now pull the belly button to the spine, round your shoulders, tuck your chin, and come into your cat pose. Let's do that again. Drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the hips, and move back into your cat pose, rounding the shoulders, tucking the chin, and letting the head fall. All right, go ahead and release that and roll up nice and slow. All right, checking in. How do you feel? Okay, we're going to add on to our camel pose. So this one is even deeper. And so you got to choose what works for you. So what I want you to do is your chair is facing away from you and you're going to be standing in front of the back of your chair. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm going to again turn to the side just so you can see me. You're going to stay facing me. You're at the back of your chair. So your chair's facing away from you and you're standing here with the back of your chair. Okay. So here I am. Same thing. I'm just turning to the side so you can see me just a little bit better. Okay. So now, my belly is tight. This is one of the most important pieces to these back bends, okay? This is a camel pose, so you want that belly, the front side of the body stays super, super tight and engaged, all right? Even your quadriceps, lift those pelvic floor muscles. Everything is super engaged because this is what is supporting you, okay? Now I'm going to put my hands on the chair. I'm facing forward, all right? Everybody got it? You feeling okay? Here we go. We're going to take our hands and we're going to let them fall down the back of the chair just a little bit. And we're going to lift our heart up. We're looking where the ceiling and the wall meet and we're checking in. How is it feeling? All right, one more. Actually, we're going to try two more. We're going to let those hands fall down, lifting up. Are you good with it? We're going to do one more, only if you want, only if you want. Listen, it's all up to you. Looking where the ceiling and the wall meet, don't let that head fall. Don't let the neck just release. Looking to the ceiling and the wall. One more breath. Now, don't let go of that chair. I want you to walk back up the chair. Walk back up the chair. Don't let go of it. Don't let go of it. You want to walk back up the chair and release. Now, turn around and face your chair. And come to a 90 degrees and just let the heart fall. So a little counter stretch. You feel it? It's a counter stretch. We always want to try to do a counter stretch, especially where camel is concerned. And come up. All right. We got one more thing. This is going to be fun. So go ahead and take your chair and turn it back like you were going to sit in it, okay? So I know we're moving our chair around a lot today. Okay, you got it? So you've heard of downward facing dog, I'm sure. And we are not going to do a downward facing dog today. We will be doing that at some point. But we're going to do what we call a downward facing puppy. And the difference is instead of being on your palms, we're going to be on our forearms, okay? I'll show you. It's all good. But we're strengthening and lengthening those back muscles. Okay, are we ready? So here I am. I'm facing my chair. I've got my feet at a good hip distance apart. I'm going to pull my belly button to my spine, right? I'm going to lean forward and I'm going to put my palms in the chair first, okay? So I've got one palm in the chair and I've got the other palm in the chair. All right. Ha. So here we go. Now I'm going to let my heart fall. I'm just bending my elbows. You see this? I'm just simply bending my elbows. And I'm going to put my forearms in the chair. Now you will probably feel the backs of your legs pretty tight at this point. Or stretching a lot at this point. My hair is totally in my way. Sorry. Okay. I think I got it out of my face now. Okay. So what I want you to do is take a step back. With both feet. Now, this is the key. Here is your back. I want you to lift your hips to the ceiling. So I'm pressing back and I'm lifting my hips up towards the ceiling. There is your downward facing puppy. So I'm letting my heart fall towards my thighs, right? So my heart is falling towards my thighs. My head is just hanging out. And you might feel it not only in your back, but in your hamstrings, right? You may be feeling this in your hamstrings too. So I'm pressing my heart back. One more breath. Come up nice and slow. Step forward, and roll it up. And check in and see how you feel. We got to do that one more time, okay? One more time. We got it. All right, here we go. We're going to hinge forward first. Belly is tight. Put your palms in that chair. All right. Are we ready? We're going to move down to our forearms. We're going to step back, one foot, then the other. And if your heels can't stay down, I understand. It's okay, right? So if those heels are coming up a little bit, that's all right. Don't worry about it. It's fine. What I do want you to think about, though, is trying to press your heart back. Do you see what I'm doing? So as my hips are coming up, my heart is pressing back. So there is the key to your puppy or dog, either one, whichever one we're doing, is hips high, heart back. And there is your beautiful downward facing puppy. All right, one more breath. We're going to come up, step forward, And step forward and roll it up slowly. Ooh, you should really feel that in that back. And let's just do a little cow, just a little cow. And go ahead and round it to a cat. Do that one more time. Just a little release into that back. And round it down. Okay. Come to a seated position. Whew, my goodness, y'all feel it? I feel it. Feels good though. Doesn't it feel like you worked? At least it did for me. All right. Very, very good. You know what? Let's just do one more cat and cow. I know we're done. We really are done. But let's just do one more cat and cow. Just kind of releasing that back. I don't know about you, but I feel it. Let's do that one more time. All right. Very, very good. Excellent. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. Place your hands lightly on your thighs, palms facing up. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. A deep breath in. And on this exhalation, close your eyes and just breathe. Life at its best. You can make a difference, and you can make it now. You can make a difference in your own life, in your family, your community, your world. You can observe, you can think, you can learn, you can plan, you can act. You can choose what is beneficial over what is harmful, what is helpful over what is hurtful. You can stand up straight, eager to move forward instead of slumping in defeat and despair. You can look people in the eyes and listen intently to what they say and understand and care. When the world feels cold and cruel, you can be warm, compassionate, and encouraging. Although life is not fair and circumstances often go terribly wrong, there are plenty of ways you can improve the world around you. You've done many good things and you can do many more. You know what is good, what is right, what is helpful, and you can act to make it happen. Today you have the power to lift life a little higher. Make a difference and feel yourself living life at its best. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Extend the left arm long. Flip the palm to the ceiling. And release it. Drop your chin towards your chest. And release it. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Extend your right arm. Flip your palm to the ceiling. And release it. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Remember, click on that subscribe button and I will see you next time.